Let me show you how we created a customer research survey for a new product we recently developed. So at this point, we weren't quite sure what kind of product we were going to create yet, but based on some very preliminary research, like reading through emails from customers and snooping around some Facebook groups, we had a hunch that it was going to focus on how to write better sales pages. We also know from comments we've gotten on our blog posts and on our YouTube channel that our students love being able to see behind the scenes of what we do here at GrowthLab, just like you're doing right now. So, is there an opportunity to create a course around how we build sales pages? I want to dig into that. So let's send out a survey and find out. From preliminary research, I already have some hunches as to what people struggle with and what they want when it comes to sales pages. For example, it seems like a bunch of people have a hard time telling if their own copy is actually any good. And others feel like they spend way too much time on their sales pages. So I want to find out which of those topics people care about the most. Then I can make sure that we focus on those areas when we go ahead and build the course. So I'm going to take those hunches and start with a simple multiple choice question. Okay, that's a good start, but I want to go a little bit deeper. Now, it might seem less efficient to ask a more open-ended question versus a multiple choice question, because then you have to go and read through all of these crazy responses. But that's actually where the magic comes from. Why? Because it lets my readers tell me about their pains and desires in their own words. This helps us understand their problem at a deeper level so that we can focus hard on solving that problem in our product. For example, here's one of the responses we got to this question. I struggle with the balance between trying to tell a story to captivate a reader and transitioning to actually making a sale. So we actually ended up dedicating a whole video in our course to transitioning to the sale. Okay, this is awesome, but I still want to go deeper. So if you notice, the first questions I asked, I gave readers a choice of what they wanted us to cover. So that helps me narrow down what to cover, but there's a problem. I'm kind of leading the witness with the options I gave them. Do you want to know how to tell if your copy is good or what to do when we get stuck? What if students majorly struggle with writing their headline and they'd pay anything to fix that problem? I would totally miss that because of my leading questions. So I want to give my reader an opportunity to tell me in their own words, what is the process like for them? It helps reveal problems that we wouldn't have thought of ourselves. And finally, the last question is more of a catch-all in case there's any other major problems on people's minds that we haven't thought about. I'll usually take any ideas written here and add it to my list of future products that we want to develop. And then last but not least, name and email. Now you might be thinking, wait, wouldn't more people be willing to respond to a survey if they're able to remain anonymous? Sure, you may be right, but the contact info is really important to us. Once the responses roll in, I read through for interesting comments and I actually reach out to people for a customer research phone call to learn more. And that's where you really get the gold. So what do we notice about this survey? There's only 4 questions. I always try to have the least amount of questions possible. If something looks like it's going to take a long time, they might say, forget it, I'm too busy, or I'll save it for later, and I'll probably never get to it. So I want lots of high quality responses and I want them now. So we want to lower the stakes and give them just 4 simple questions. Okay, now I'm ready to send my survey. So there's lots of places we can send it. We can email it to our readers, we can post it in some Facebook groups that our students are in, and we can also tweet it. So I'm going to open up a draft doc so that I can draft some copy to send it out. All right, so a few things about this email copy. First, we want to keep the subject line straight and to the point. All we're saying is, can I get your feedback? We found that people actually love giving feedback, so put it right in the subject line. I also specifically wrote 2 minutes to indicate that it's really short. My hope is that they'll see that and say, just a couple minutes. All right, let me fill this thing out real quick. We keep the whole email short and to the point. We'll go ahead and do the same thing for Facebook. And for Twitter, I'm going to draft some copy for Ramit to tweet to his followers. And then I sit back and wait for the responses to roll in. And when they do, I can actually go ahead and change this form to a handy spreadsheet view. and then I can read all the juicy details. I'll put a little X next to someone who I think would be a great fit for this product, and then I'll reach out to them by email to learn more about where they get really stuck. So all of these responses in the survey actually helped us create this amazing course, Behind the Sales Page, which made 6 figures in 4 days. So let me ask you, what is one question that you've been trying to answer about your business lately? Can you use a survey like this to get an answer this week? Let us know what it is in the comments below. Thanks for watching.